The dance team of UW Green Bay entertains crowds when they take the court during halftime of every basketball game during the season. But the hardwood wasn't the only stage they performed on last week. On February 20th through the 22nd, the dance team took center stage at the DX AmeriCup National Dance Championship. While the majority of this season is spent working game day routines, when winter rolls around, they have one thing on their mind: nationals.
Weeks before, our practice times almost triple in time that we're in the studio and in practicing. We start right around 5 weeks before, right after Christmas break. We start doing Saturday practices that are close to 8 hours each. And then we also continue Mondays and Wednesdays, which are 3 hours each. So typically a Sunday practice would only be 3 hours, where then it bumps up to 8 hours for all 5 before.
The team is made of rookies and veterans of the UWGB Dance Team, but is still considered a young team. For some, the national stage was a new experience.
College dancing is so much different compared to high school because it's so much longer practices. You have to have a lot of technique down. It's just so much different. Even like at games, it's different. You perform, you're constantly on the court, and you constantly have to have the stamina of going out there every day and doing your best. So it's a lot different.
The dance team has put a lot of focus on technique this year, allowing them to compete a lyrical routine at nationals, a style they haven't performed in years.
5 or 6 years. So this is the first time we've had good technique enough to be able to make it into a routine, which is really exciting.
In addition to the lyrical routine, the team competed a pom routine, a style they are more familiar with.
My favorite style is probably pom, just because that's kind of what I grew up doing for most of my life, and it's really high energy.
Competition routine styles are selected at the very start of the dance season.
It starts out at tryouts at the very beginning of the year. So once we have tryouts, when the girls audition to be on the dance team, they usually do one of each type of style, which would be hip-hop, jazz, and then like a slower, which is like lyrical, very close to like what you think of ballet to be like. So from there we can see what the shape of the team is going to be like. So we pick styles that are strongest suit.
These routines, choreographed by the captains and coaches, were scrutinized by judges during the competition.
At every competition it's different, but for the most part your score is broken down into between 10 and 12 different categories. So anything from musicality, which is the way that your moves work with the music. So if there's a word in the music and you do that word, so if it says like reach and you're reaching. So things that make it look good with the music, that's one of the categories. Obviously like smiling and energy is a category, technique is a category, which is a big one. So like when you're pointing your toes, if you extend your arms out all the way and not just hit them halfway. So it breaks down into different categories so that each team can be easily looked at as one.
Competitions are a great experience, but the team values game days as well.
I think game days are probably my favorite just because of the atmosphere, especially here at the Crest, whether the crowd is screaming for good reasons or bad reasons, it's just a fun atmosphere to be in.
While winning was in the back of their minds, it wasn't the most important of the team's goals.
My goal for nationals is just for each of us to go out there and do our best. We have a really young team, so we have a lot of girls who have never competed before. So I just want all of them to go out there and do their best and have fun.
The team placed second in pom, only 2 points away from first place. Their lyrical routine captured a second-place finish as well. They also competed in the Grand Championship competition, finishing in second place.